Coming up in 10 minutes, the Fed rate decision. And at 2:30, the FOMC press conference.
More important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a special early edition of American Dream Trading's Futures and Education Trading broadcast. This is an outreach of American Dream Trading. We're glad that you could be here with us today. I started, like I mentioned yesterday, this program early today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time sharp, and because that is when the FOMC is going to release their decision on the interest rate. So I wanted you guys to be present when that happens so you can see how the market reacts. It gets to be pretty interesting sometimes. You watch the indices and see how things go, right? This is a very dangerous time. Matter of fact, most brokers raise their margin requirements for trading futures because of the high risk during this time, right? So glad you could be here with us. My name is Mark McSee, and I'm your host here for these broadcasts daily from 2 to 4 p.m. So 2 p.m. we have the Fed decision, and we don't have many popping in here yet. They're probably all taken surprise that they didn't know what was going on with their thing. Did gold just make a new high, by the way? It did, didn't it? I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was in the trade and not even paying attention. The gold set a new record high today also, I believe. Am I incorrect on that? Let me check here. Yes, it did. I need to adjust that line. Hang on. Let me pop the new number in there while we're thinking about it. 7339.9. There we go. New record high on gold. Or was that the other day when I did that? I just probably didn't.
That's not the new high, is it?
No, I didn't. I never adjusted this chart on this system here. That's all. I thought it was for a minute. I seen that. I hadn't.
But it could reach up there.
Well, I've been sharing my micro gold chart with you guys, and I didn't change it on my the big boy gold. So, never mind.
Yeah, 37.4 is the new, but it could reach up there with the FOMC meeting, though. You know.
Hey, you never know, right? That's why we're here to see and experience together. If you've never been and experienced an FOMC meeting, that's the main meeting where the Fed governors and the board of governors, they release their decision on interest rates, whether raise them, lower them, not change them at all. And so that statement will be released here at the top of the hour. I have a program here that I use to broadcast the information. So you will hear another voice on here. At 2 o'clock, I would advise or caution our members not to talk during the movement. You'll be able to hear this guy speaking in the background, reading off the Fed decision. Now, what you'll find is before he can read that off, the markets will react, and they will react swiftly to the press release that they all get shot to, right? It all gets turned to them. They're like bang, bang, and it basically goes over the Bloomberg terminals is what it does. That's how they get it so quick. We will actually see the reaction before we hear what it is, unless you're watching the live broadcast on the internet of it. At 2:30, the Fed chairman, Mr. Powell, will take the stand, and he will read a statement again. It usually lasts a couple minutes, and then he takes questions from the world financial journalists that are in attendance, and they can ask him whatever question he wants. Some of the questions that's asked by these so-called journalists are laughable. Of course, we're not watching that broadcast live, so we won't actually hear their question, but we can hear starting at about 2:30, 2:35, the responses. This guy on Bazinga will read it off. I have a Bazinga Pro membership, and it has the squawk box, it's called, which they read off earnings and company corporate news and stuff all day long. But this guy will do that, so you will hear that. Of course, they'll talk, when he reads it, he'll be talking in government speak. I'll try to interpret what he says to the best of my ability. Doesn't mean I'm always understand exactly what he says. So this will be our focus here in 5 minutes from right now. You will see, before we know what they actually say, the markets will react. So I'm going to have, I'll probably leave up the S&P 500. Now, one of the things you might want to watch, and this is not investment advice, of course, is to watch the Russell. And why is that? The Russell is the small cap index, okay? They are very, because they are small capitalization companies, they are more dependent on banks to get a bank loan, right? So, of course, they want the lower interest rates as possible. Banks every day have corporations have lines of credit available to them that they can draw to help meet payroll or build a plant or add on, or just things that they need, and they draw on that. So they're really dependent on lower interest rates for them to survive a lot of times. So
S&P futures moving a bit higher now, 66, 60, 50 now, down 7.
Can you hear that all right there, members?
Yes.
Yeah, real good.
Okay.
Yes.
How about
Really good.
TikTok, YouTube? Did you able to hear that? If you can, if it was good enough, let me know. It's only, I
YouTube's
think I
got
already
sound.
added it.
I'll check TikTok.
What's that?
YouTube has sound. I'll check TikTok.
They should. All right, so I think I have that thing turned up maximum loudness too. Yep, I'm at 100%, so that's all it is. So 2 o'clock here, paid members. Just kind of resist the urge to talk. I'll be doing enough of that myself, interpreting in between his breaths what he just said to the best of my ability. But like I say, you will see. I'm gonna leave my S&P 500 futures chart up. This thing may go shoot clear off the chart and pull back. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take off everything else that I don't really need for this public viewing. That way it gives me more actual chart space. There we go. So this thing could shoot to the moon all the way up or all the way down. Generally, it's going to go up and down, right? And it'll bebop all over the place like it did this morning when we opened. There we go. All right. I sound handsome. Thank you, Hammer. Handsome, I don't think it's ever been a use to me. Used to describe me. Anyhow. So right now the markets are all just kind of sitting, waiting to see what they're going to do. They're going to take pause right now. Everything's going to come to a halt. No sense getting into a trade. Matter of fact, you should not be in a trade. This is probably the FOMC meeting days is the most volatile day of any day that you could probably have, barring a catastrophic world event somewhere. So these are planned. So you're already planned for super volatility. So let's stay out here. We already know it's coming, and there's no sense trying to wreck your account jumping into this. It'll probably go crazy for a while, maybe, right? So, anywho, let's see what happens. Gold, the metals market might be another one. They're interest rate sensitive to watch, up or down. I'm not going to tell you how to play those. That's up to you. But watch the indices. You will see this react before we hear it. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds before that happens. So I will be silent.
1 minute to the Fed rate decision.
There you go. You just heard it. That is the Bazinga guy. So, anyhow, so what they're going to be looking for is we already pretty much know they're going to cut the rate 25 basis points, 0.25%. Okay, that's already expected. What they are looking for in the statement and during the press conference is them saying or reaffirming that they expect to do a total of
30 seconds.
A total of 3 cuts this year and at least 1 next year. That's what they're really looking for. You can see the markets are already getting a little jittery here, right? So that's what they're really looking for. If they don't say they're planning on 2 more cuts before the end of the year, the market will probably most likely go down, is my bias.
10 seconds.
All right, I'm going to shut up, listen to the news, watch this chart go crazy. Maybe. You'll be able to tell the reaction right there. It is.
Federal Reserve changes Fed funds rate to 4 to 4.5%, lowers by 0.25 points to 4.25%. FOMC voted 11-1 for the Fed funds rate action. Fed's Mirren is the lone dissenter, preferred a half a point cut. Fed delivers widely expected quarter point cut, the first of 2025. Fed officials see the Fed funds rate at a median of 3.6% at the end of 2025, 3.4% at the end of 2026, 3.1% at the end of 2027 and 2028, and 3% in the longer run. Fed officials see unemployment of 4.5% at the end of 2025, see core PCE inflation of 3% at the end of 2025, see real GDP growth of 1.6% at the end of in 2025. That's the Fed rate decision. Again, a quarter point cut. S&P futures now moving back a bit. Popped initially, now at 66.68, up 1.
Okay, so that's not a whole. I mean, you seen what happened there, right? Look at gold. Look what gold did, right? Because it goes on what the market's like, right? Kind of thing, right? As we'd like to say, but it hasn't really been true lately. When the stock market goes up, gold goes down, vice versa. Okay, so this thing shot clear to the moon. Gold did, right? Look
gold pulling back a bit here, down about $15.
Okay, so it shot way up and then it went way down. Now it's
moving
settled
slightly
out.
lower, down 25 cents now.
So it was as expected, right? If we look at let's go back and review here. Not connected there. Hang on. So there's the NASDAQ. After all that jumping around, going nuts, and look where it's at, right? It's settled down. Now, we're going to have another period of volatility a little bit after 2:30 when he takes the podium and talks. Okay? So,
U.S. interest rate futures price at 94% chance of Fed cut in October after Fed statement was 71.6% just before.
there you go. Those are the Treasury bonds, the Treasury notes, and the futures he's talking about, right? So, hang on 1 minute.
All the currencies made new highs. Euro, Australian dollar.
Futures now moving higher, up about 17. S&P futures.
One moment. I'm still here. All right, hang on 1 minute here. All right, so you can see it's
Coming up at 2:30, the FOMC press conference.
The markets are climbing, right? They like the news. I mean, it was already expected. It's not like it's a great surprise or anything, right? And they're going up, right? So, all right, hang on here. As expected. So there's a lot of people capitalizing on this news, right? Okay. As I was. That's why I had to have you wait for a minute. I didn't really want to come out and say that, but I had jumped into a trade there real quick. So I was trying to move on that a little bit while I waited. I didn't jump in right there, but I did do it after it settled down a little bit. So I wanted to actually benefit this time instead of watching everybody else. I wanted to participate. Is that anything wrong with that? And
No, all I gotta say is why.
the Dow. Let's take a look at the Dow. Did the Dow like that news? Yes, along with all the others, right? Yes is climbing also nicely, right? There's all of them. They're all doing well, as I can say. So, all right. So, all right. What did I say earlier? Add on them paid members, add plus 12 to that number that I shared with you earlier. Don't say it out loud, but I shared add plus 12 more to that. If you know what I mean, paid members that are in our live Zoom call.
We got you. We got you.
All right.
We're proud of you.
All right. So I expect, now you'll probably get a pullback a little bit. People start taking profits, right? It ran all the way up. I mean, it's only logical that they would do that.
MNDY, Monday.com, out with guidance, targets 1.8 billion in annual revenue by FY 2027. Expect AI products to boost business with new and existing clients.
Not kill this guy. Let me
That's
stop
Michael
his
November
feed.
Delta Yankee.
Okay. I didn't want to kill the guy. I know I'm live.
Careful
here.
what you say, Mark.
I know I'm live here. I didn't mean to say that
Mike,
word.
the word would trigger trigger buds.
Yeah, the words came out of my mouth before my brain engaged. It's like, whoops, I didn't mean it that way.
Mark with 6 contracts in YM before it pulled back.
Let me
I don't know how many clicks that was or ticks that was, but it was $1,400 and some odd dollars.
All right, good job. That's how we do it.
6 contracts, 600, 6.
Because on
minis, not micros.
Mm-hmm. Good job. That's how you do it, right? You learn how to take advantage of that news, right? So, anywho, see what happens here with the markets now as they stabilize out a little bit. Let's take a look at gold. Should have probably pulled back a little bit, but maybe not. We'll see. Gold's been doing its own thing here lately, folks. So I don't know. Usually there's an inverse relationship, but not always. And it hasn't been lately. It's been kind of crazy. It was really nice when there was a true inverse relationship when the markets went up, gold went down, and vice versa, because it was like we could trade one up and the other one down. But that ain't so much true right now. So it's been kind of crazy doing that. So all right. Hopefully, I know our paid members are putting posts in there that they actually made money trading that. Good job. Good job. All right. Yes, they are spicy. Spicy spice. So congratulations, all of you that paper traded that or traded real money. The experienced traders probably entered that with real money. And inexperienced traders, I suggested it to them earlier, that they paper trade it just to see what the experience is like, right? But to treat it accordingly, to treat it like you would a regular trade, right? So that's important. All right, so there we go. That was the FOM meeting. What am I trying to say here? FOMC meeting. All right, gold is popping up, by the way, right now. It is trying to get up there. I actually traded gold almost exclusively today. Did very well on that also, starting first thing this morning. I actually slept in. And gold is at that 52-week high there now. I would expect a pullback here, so be careful, right? While it tests to see if it wants to go back up there. So there it is. I just updated that, and there it is. It's touching it as we speak, and I would expect this to be a strong point of resistance, but we'll see what happens here. It may just take the momentum and keep going.
Touch it.
It just may take it and keep going. We don't know, right? Somebody said that earlier, Ralph, that, it might go up there. I don't know who that was, Ralph. Is that you?
That was me.
That was
Telling
you. One of our other moderators here.
Benzinga Pro Squawk has disconnected.
Yes, it has. I turned it off. Thank you for telling me. That was the program thing. So. All right, what's the other? What's ES doing? Anything? Pulling back, probably taking profits. Looks like that, right? So we'll let them take their profits. We don't care. So that's just natural, right? Something shoots up that high, you want to capitalize it, lock in them profits. All right, so hopefully you got to see that. If you've never experienced FOMC, that's how crazy it can be. That's how it can destroy your account in a matter of seconds, and that's why you should not be involved in it. Trade the news after the fact. Don't try to trade it while it's happening, right? Let things calm down. If it's good news, the market will continue to show that. If it's bad news, the market will continue to show it. If it's a nothing burger news, as we call it around here, the market will allow you to trade that also. So it's not worth that wrecking your account in them few short seconds, as you could see how crazy that was. I mean, gold itself, let me measure this here real quick. I'm just looking at gold. How much did that move up and down? That moved...
it was about 475 ticks.
On gold? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, look at that. There's 200, 300 right there, and I don't even have my chart all the way scrunched up. Look at that. That's how far that moved, from all the way up to here. It went from approximately 37.35 down to 36.85. 100 points. Almost. 100. What did I say? Whatever it was. A bunch. How's that? Like he said. 400 and some ticks. So, anywho. All right. This was not a nothing burger. This was good news. Well, it was news as expected. It was already baked in. All right. Let's see. Let me go back up here, scroll real quick through YouTube comments, questions. Good to see Matt there. Doug has posted our 7-day free trial that we have, promos. You can go click on them. It'll take you right to that. Right. There's Matt saying hi to Doug. Right. Mark's good like that. Must have it. Had it coming and keep it on. Okay. There's no Fed cut info, right? No, there was Fed cut info. We started here earlier and laid it live. They are going to cut it just as expected. 25 basis points. In other words, a quarter of 1%. So, and they are expecting cuts later also. So that's what the markets were looking for. They've jacked up to everything, went crazy, and everything shot up, shot back down, and now it's kind of stabilized like we always expect it to do. Anyhow, all right. So good. All right. So that's why we don't trade during this time. You get them wild swings. Imagine if you that pulled back on you that far, 400 ticks, took out your margin, and you got a margin call for 400 ticks. Well, that's $10 a tick. You do the math, right? Add 3 zeros onto that. That's what you would owe, and you need to have it there, by the end of the day. You got that extra money sitting in your account. Most of us don't, so that's why we don't do those type of things, right? And if you really want the experience, you just paper trade it and see how you do. And you can see a lot of times when you first start paper trading and you're learning, you'll see how you weren't able to capitalize on it, right? You end up with a red trade, you know what I mean? So, good. All right, any questions about that? Yep, it's okay, Hope. Yep. By the way, you can always watch the replay upon conclusion of this broadcast and all of our live broadcasts, which Coach is live from 9 to 11. I'm live from 2 to 4, and we have our aftermarket show at 4 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Upon completion of all those broadcasts, they are available for immediate review over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. They auto-post over there. So as soon as I say goodbye today, this broadcast will be there automatically loaded into YouTube's for use. So anyway, check it out if you haven't already. Right? Markets are still pulling. I don't know. I guess they just wanted to really take profits. I don't know. Well, it looks like to me anyway. What's NQ doing here? Yeah, they're all pulling. They're all just taking profits out. Should be an interesting rest of the week for the market. Usually there's a 2 to 3 day effect on big news. Learned that from one of our members who was in the business for 30 years plus in that institutional trading business, was in there quite a few years. So they always look for a couple days of movement and profit taking and such after the fact. So, well, that's how we roll around here. So we have a wide multitude of American Dream Trading members, all walks of life, from people that mow lawns, dig ditches, work in factories all day, to work in offices, work in all different industries, to professionals. We actually do have professional traders in people that's in the institutions related kind of thing. Celebrities, if that kind of thing impresses you. Doesn't impress me. There's just people, right? So all walks of life are represented in here, and it really adds to the community. We have a very great community because of it. Makes the community better. All right. So, good job. Yeah, and the markets were going up, a big part of the day today, and then they pulled back, and, everything kind of took a pause, went flat for quite a while. It was really like watching paint dry. So I was trading gold. Gold was a little bit more exciting. Look at that NQ chart. Gee, Christmas. Holy moly, there, right? So, trying to get over here to this here, and all right. So, what's gold doing? Is gold back up here, or what? What's it doing? Markets are going down. Is gold going up? Nope. All right. The gold should be going down. Downtown. All right.
I was trying to get in on the downside on that NQ, but it flipped. So then I just did the reverse my position, and got another, I don't know, several hundred off that bounce.
There you go. That's how we do it. You know what Matthew would say about that, Matt?
All right.
Sirree Bob. And my name ain't Bob.
No, it's Shirley.
It's Shirley. Yeah, it is Shirley. Right?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
See how quick I am on that? Huh? See how fast I think? Bam! All right.
And they call you a boomer.
I am a boomer. Proudly. All right, get off my lawn. I don't need you on my lawn. What are you on my lawn for? I have no idea. What are you doing? All right. I'll go here. Oh, one thing I didn't look at, and I apologize for that. How did the Russell react to those news? Well, let's take a look right now. All right, so there's the Russell. It did the same thing everybody else did. It went up, and now it's pulling back on profit taking. I would expect the Russell to be maybe a little bit more active over the next few days based on that news. Now, again, the whole world knew this is what the answer was going to be, right? But you never know until you know, until it comes out of their mouth. Now, at 230 here, I would expect some more volatility, about 235 to maybe 245, 250-ish, depending on how many questions are asked. Of course, they always call on the big news organizations first. But yet they'll talk to the little news organizations too. They get everybody a chance to ask questions. There we go. Good job, Doug. All right. So, people are making money. Money. All right. So we'll see here. Market might come back up now. It might go back up and get some equilibrium there to the upside. The Russell's climbing up. ES is trying to. Now it's below. It's got to go through the 200 and VWAP, so I would expect some normal resistance there like we would have anytime, right? Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to break through it just because of this, but if there's a lot of volume, it might. My guess is it won't, just because the 230 conference is coming out, right? You know what I mean? So, anyhow, so I would expect a lot of volatility till at least 3 o'clock, and then of course then we're in power hour, so there you go again, right? So best to sit on your hands till things settle down. Now in 10 minutes I'll turn that squawk box on. He will read what's been asked of the Fed chairman. Yeah, I don't know if that's, yeah, I missed that part, what they said about the how many. I know there was one person that was opposed to the rate cut, and that was it, out of the 11, 12. So, anywho, NASDAQ is flat, right? Russell, pulled back flat. The Dow, still pulling. Gold still pulling down. Again, we're all at these, it's coming right back down, as you can see. Here's gold right before it went up, and where's it at now? It's pretty much the same spot, right? Here's the Dow before it shot up. Where's it at now? Right back right before the news come out. Right there it is, right? This is typical what you see. There's the Russell before the news. It went up. Now it's not quite back down before its pre-news levels, but it is inching that way. And then the NASDAQ is actually lower than it was when it shot up. Now it doesn't look like much there because I have this compressed, but as you can see, it's actually lower than it was when the news came out. And same thing with the S&P 500. Shot up, come back down, and then they still took some more profits here. Now it's coming right back up. Right here is about where it came in at, and as you can see, it is coming right back to it. Here's the NASDAQ. It's doing the same thing, rising up here, coming up to that 200 again, where it might reject again. So we're 87.5 minutes away from the Fed governor actually taking the podium, give or take a few seconds or minutes. And so we'll see what happens then. All right, I'm taking a look over here on my side chart I got over here. Over here, over there. Anyway, there we go. Watch for the rejection here off the 200 on the NASDAQ 1-minute chart. Is generally what will happen. Doesn't mean it will this time, but we can expect that statistically. Unless they're going to throw a bunch of orders in there and push it up through. Then you have VWAP up higher. On the S&P 500, you can see it went through it didn't care about the 200. It's at VWAP now. VWAP being the single strongest indicator on any chart. And there we go. So now they're all right back to where they were before the news broke, right? So you imagine wrecking your account for something just to go back to right where it was at before you got into the trade, right? So that's why we don't do that, right? You can play it up, you can play it down, yes. I did jump in there a little bit, but I didn't get in on the initial thing because you don't know how high it goes. And there goes ES to the upside right now. So trying to break and hold. Now it hasn't broken held above VWAP. It is breaking it. We got to see another candle start here, give any confidence to the upside. Okay. So we'll wait and see here what happens. Always looking for that confirmation candle on every trade. Alrighty. Scalp. Well, there it is on the shoulder of the previous. Again, not a lot of oomph to the oomph side. Got another candle starting here in 5 seconds, less than 5 seconds. Kind of turn it into a doji here. We'll see what happens with this one. That's not on the shoulder of the previous. That's also weak. It's not held and gotten away from VWAP yet. So it's still in a dangerous spot, either to the upside or the downside, right? Until it breaks and holds away from that, you don't know what it's going to do. So just be careful, right? See what happens. Be nice if it takes off. That'd be nice for everybody, wouldn't it? Right? One way or the other. Either all the way up or all the way down. All right. We are now 4.5 minutes away from the Fed chairman taking this stand, making a statement. And I will turn the squawk box on. We will listen to the Bazinga guy as he reads off kind of what he's saying, kind of thing. And then we'll listen for about 10 or 15 minutes or till it gets too boring. But I would expect some more volatility here starting around that time, around that 2:30, probably more like 2:35, 2:32-ish. It's usually a 2 minutes to 5 minute statement he reads, which is pretty much what's already been released, but he reads it, his personal statement or whatever. And that'll cause the market to have enter into a possible another period of volatility. And they are going to hang on that. How many rate cuts are there actually going to be? What do you project? And you'll find that he talks out of both sides of his mouth. He'll say, well, this is looking good, but well, this, So, that way you don't hang himself, right? Talk down the middle. That way you don't get yourself in trouble. So, and also, in my personal opinion, this is my personal opinion, doesn't reflect the views of American Dream Trading, its members, its partners, its, we don't have any sponsors. Anyway, our coach, I believe the Fed chairman, and I'm not talking about this one in particular, I'm talking about the Fed chair position, is one of the most powerful people in the world, because when him or her speaks, has there ever been a her? I don't know if there's ever been a her. Female Fed chairman. Somebody check that for me. Has there ever been a female Fed chairman? I don't think so. What words come out of his mouth affects the entire world's financial markets. And to me, that is a powerful thing. That's why they also have to be careful what comes out of their pie hole, right? They stutter or say misspeak, right? Another way of lying, what we say. If they misspeak or can get themselves, like I do sometimes, I say the opposite of what I really want to say, because my train of thought wrecks off the tracks many times. Then it can be very detrimental to the market. So they do have to be careful. So I would actually expect some more movement up and down here again, here in about 2 minutes. So I will turn the squawk on just so that is getting ready here. Restart that.
Benzinga Pro Squawk has reconnected.
There you go. We're officially reconnected. Thank you. You are such a pleasant voice for AI.
So Janet Yellen was the first female chairperson of the Federal Reserve.
She was a Treasury Secretary, though. She was not the Fed chairman.
Not the chairman, no, correct. But she was a chairperson for the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, she was on that. But the Treasury's independent of the Fed. So there was no female Fed chairmen, I don't believe. Could be wrong.
Well, she served as a chair of the Federal Reserve from 2014 to 2018. So is that
Did she?
what you're asking or not?
I thought she was
I don't know.
Treasury. Maybe she was a Fed chair.
I think she did that before, right?
Yeah, maybe she. Okay, maybe yeah. Okay, maybe she was the first female Fed chair, but I think
it
she
all
was
blurred
Treasury.
together for me.
Yeah, well, they're two different entities.
Sorry.
They are two different entities.
S&P futures up
correct.
2.75, 3.75 now. Dow futures up 441. Nasdaq is down 88.
Nasdaq's down 88. Yeah, whatever.
Ahead of the press conference
in 20 seconds. So we'll let them talk. Again, we'll watch the indices like ES, the S&P 500, and Nasdaq. Those will have the biggest reactions, and also keep an eye. Somebody wants to watch the Russell, let me know if you see any big movements there, but I'm sure most of the ginormous movements are probably done with, but all right, it's 2:30.
Fed Chair Powell begins the press conference.
So once he starts talking, this guy he's got to listen and then tell us what he just heard, that real quick sequence, why he's listening still, why he's telling us, right? Like an interpreter.
He's on.
Powell said inflation has risen recently, remains somewhat elevated. Powell said downside risks to employment have risen.
That's not good.
Moderation in GDP growth largely reflects consumer spending slowdown. Powell said payroll job gains have slowed significantly, reflecting lower immigration, lower participation. Labor demand has softened. Job gains running below break-even rate.
Russell's pulling.
Powell said inflation has eased from the mid-2022 highs, but somewhat elevated. Total PCE prices likely rose 2.7% in August from a year ago. Core PCE rose 2.9%. Inflation for goods has picked up. Disinflation for services continuing. Beyond next year, most inflation expectation measures consistent with 2% goal. Powell said longer-term inflation expectations still anchored.
See the volatility during this news conference.
Powell said changes to policy evolve. Effects on economy are uncertain. Overall effect of tariffs on inflation remains to be seen. Risk of persistent inflation from tariffs need to be managed and assessed. Balance of risks has shifted. Powell said, well positioned to respond in a timely way.
Still volatile. And we're stabilizing out again, right back to where we were, right?
Powell said shifting risks made the Wednesday rate cut appropriate.
But maybe not. Expect this to go on till probably around 10 till 3-ish, maybe, on average, from what my personal experience. 3 years of doing this.
Individual forecasts are not a plan, policy not on preset course.
Hear that? Well, we don't have a preset what we're going to do for sure. Nothing in concrete yet.
Powell finished with his opening remarks, taking questions now.
There we go. Now they get to ask questions.
Gold's falling out of the sky.
As it should.
Well, gold's going night-night.
Yep. Interest rate sensitive. Gold is interest rate sensitive, right?
Powell said we welcomed the new committee member. Committee united in pursuing dual mandate goals. Strongly committed to independence of the Fed.
Oh, that one little green pop on gold, $500. Contracts.
Good job.
Powell said possible tariffs are a reason for some slowing in the labor market. Increase in goods prices accounts for most of the inflation increase this year. Expect tariff-driven price increases to continue this year and next.
Mr. T is going to have a field day with that statement.
Labor market changes are mostly from immigration changes.
Did I ever tell you how much I like FOMC meetings?
Demand for labor is down a little more sharply than supply of labor. Over this year, policy has been at a restrictive level. Can no longer say labor market is solid. Risks are mostly moving toward equality.
I'm done.
Change in balance of risks suggests need to move in the direction of neutral. Powell said no widespread support for a 50 basis point cut today.
No widespread. Didn't mean there wasn't any. So it's not my fault. They didn't want it.
Powell said don't feel the
There you
need
go,
to
paid
move
members.
quickly on rates where we were
Zoom
right
chat.
to wait.
Good job.
Holy freaking crap, Mark.
Good job, man.
66% more than you had.
That's what a news conference does for you.
I'm up bigly too from my paper trading account.
Mark, I ran out of emojis to place on your
All right, that's fine. We can discuss it afterwards.
Well played, sir. Nice job.
Absolutely love when there's volume like this. Scalping is just so incredibly easy.
Powell said could think of today's cut as a risk management cut.
Risk management cut. In other words, there's still risk. We're just kind of getting a little in to why we can, rather than doing nothing.
Powell said a very different picture of risks to the labor market since the last Fed meeting.
Too bad I didn't stay in longer. It's all right.
Powell said the labor market is cooling off, tells you it's time to take that into account in policy.
Good job, paid members. American Dream Trading trained members knew what to do with this FOMC meeting. They also know what to do with the FOMC news conference.
Powell said labor market is
If you
cooling
could see
off,
what our
tells you
members are posting
it's
inside
time
our
to
live Zoom
take
right
that into
now,
account in
it
policy.
would
We
blow
need to remain
your
fully committed
minds.
to restoring 2%
And it will
inflation.
stay here for our paid members. If we told you what
At the same
our
time,
members are
need to weigh
making right
risks
now,
to two
you
Fed
would
goals.
not believe it. And that's all I'm going to say about that in the famous words of Forrest.
Risk of higher inflation are less than they were in April.
I need to walk away right now, but I can't, can I? Oh, well.
Powell said we will restore 2% inflation on a sustained basis.
Now, we don't have to keep listening to this, but it's, you know, you never know, right? You can see how the market is still continuing to drop Now it's a news conference. You've seen the ginormous rise and then a ginormous drop and then went back to normal, right? Before the news conference started. Now the news conference is going, and now he's actually speaking and taking questions. Now they're dissecting his every word, right? And the market's just reacting the way the market does. That's all. This is why our members are trained. This is part of the things that you gather by being a member of American.
Powell said not all of what is happening in labor market is due to immigration. There's a clear slowing in demand.
Duh.
Why does he have to speak one word every minute?
Do what?
Guy reading
word
definitely
a
has his
minute.
own liberal perspective.
Oh, trying to watch the live? Well, it's a government website. Why do you think it's running slow? It's only websites in the world that run slow as the government ones. And you got to remember, too, you got a bazillion people probably watching that feed live. So the crappy resources the government has for their websites is even worse, right? Now that you got a bazillion people watching it. That's why I like to do this bazillion. I have watched the live feed. Don't recall any issues when I watched it before, but I just rather listen, right? It's like listening to a baseball game on TV. Or on the radio, I mean. TV. Listening on TV. All right. Russell's coming up on a critical level to 2403 area. What do we got for next levels down on? We got coming back down to the... Basically, the Dow Jones has retreated back to its opening.
Powell said policymakers write down rate path that is designed to get to 2% inflation over the time frame in the summary of economic projections.
So the Dow has returned to right where it opened up this morning at 9:30. The London session open, which was at 3 a.m., is slightly below that. So you may have a couple places there to drop, or it's going to bounce right here. But yes, you know, you guys are in on these free lives. You have no idea what you're missing. The little subtle trainings, just like this. How do you deal with this? Again, we don't tell people. You never heard me say, jump in here, buy this, buy that, did you? And I got, you know, over 60 people still live in this Zoom call with our paid members. Never once did you hear me say what I was doing or what to do or what you should do, right? But they're trained.
Our job is to make sure it is a one-time rise in inflation, and we will do that job.
Catch what that was. So, just another
inflation
facet.
Rising this year as goods prices rise from tariffs, expected to be a one-time rise. Case for there being a persistent inflation outbreak or less.
All right.
Our job is to make sure tariff inflation doesn't get entrenched. Time to acknowledge the risks to the employment mandate have grown.
In other words, they had a dual mandate to bring down inflation at the same time preserving the job market. They are not going to be able to do it. It's kind of about what he was saying. Roundabout way.
Our policy had been skewed toward inflation.
Now the market's going right back up.
Now moving in the direction of more neutral policy.
And what did I tell you about the Russell? Didn't I say there was a strong support at 2403? Where did it bounce from? Anybody? Anybody?
2420.
2403.
You are watching a master at
Look
work.
at the wick on a 1 minute chart.
I'm on a one.
Oh, yeah.
A more neutral rate will be better for the labor market.
23. No, 24.26.
Shot up. Now it's pulling back, right? Very chaotic. Yep, you will get whiplash. Again, more fun will probably be tomorrow when all this stuff stabilizes, you know.
Powell said if start to see layoffs, that could quickly push up unemployment because hiring rate is low. That's one reason we think it's appropriate to shift policy focus toward a more balanced one.
This is the training that we
People
get
at the
here at
margins having a
ADT
hard
to
time
help us
finding
navigate
jobs.
this chaos.
Sorry, couldn't hear you. He was talking. What'd you say?
I said the training that we get at American Dream trading is that help us navigate this chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Powell said we are in a meeting by meeting situation. We are going to be looking at the data.
So they're not going to say for sure what they're going to do. They're going to decide meeting per meeting, which only makes sense, right? Why would you say we're going to do something when you don't know what's going to happen before the next meeting, right? There's a lot that can happen.
Right.
Wow, if you free members could just see what our members are posting in their profit and losses. Mind blown. Good job, folks. That's how we do it.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? All right, all right, all right.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of our members are happy.
Powell said we have 10 of 19 policymakers who wrote down 2 or more cuts for the rest of the year. 10 saw less than that.
I doubled that, Mark. I'm just over here scalping gold, man. This is beautiful on gold.
Get her. Get her. Look at that. See?
All right, 5 minis.
And I'm out. I'm done. I mean, I could be in this myself, but...
Powell said look at the projections through the lens of probabilities.
Hey, Mark, you probably don't remember, but I obviously, because it was mine, I remember vividly my first FOMC beginning of this year. You and Ralph, it was just like maybe 15 of us in the call. That's when futures was just getting underway. And I had no idea
Powell
what
said
FOMC
no risk-free
was.
path with two-sided risks.
And I was in on the correct side.
Not
with 2
surprising, there's
contracts.
a range of views.
Good job.
In MYM, and I had 4x'd my account, and you guys were like cheering like no tomorrow, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even know what's going on here. And I'm like, should I sell? And you're like, I can't tell you. Figure it out. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, I can't, we can't tell anybody when to buy or sell. That's
Yeah, I know. But I don't know if you recall that.
Yeah.
Ralph,
I
I don't know if
remember
Ralph's
that.
here.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was fun.
You 4X'd it.
Divide and rate path view is partly about view of the economy, but also about what's the right thing to do.
She opens up her mic. She goes, "What do I do? What do I do?" And we're like, "We can't tell you. Do something, but we
Natural
can't
to have
tell
a
you."
wide dispersion in the current situation.
Yeah, I forgot you were there too, Doug. I know it was exciting at the time.
Move your stop
Like I
up.
said,
Do
I was
something.
fairly new.
Do something, even if it's wrong.
Yep.
Protect the
I kept on
trade.
just, and then Ralph said, maybe just move your stop. So I started moving my stop down, and then it finally wicked me out.
Yeah.
All
Protect something.
So did we learn anything today, free members? Do you want to trade during the FOMC meeting? At 2
S&P
o'clock?
futures now down 51. The Dow futures
Sure.
down 45.
Look at-
NASDAQ is down
I
260.
quit trading too soon. Look at this. I could put it probably added
Powell said
30%
deeply
more.
in Fed's culture to do work based on incoming
Sorry.
data, never consider anything else.
Holy crapola. It's all right. I'm done. Sometimes you just better walking away, I guess. I don't know. I may regret this decision, but it's okay. I'm very pleased with what I have.
Powell said we don't frame questions through a political lens.
Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
Whatever. Who buys that statement?
We
Holy
take a
crap.
longer perspective to serve the American people as best as we can. Powell said, don't think we'll get to a place where Fed is making decisions based on political considerations.
I would hope not.
Powell said it's inappropriate to comment on Cook's court case.
Hang on here, I'm doing some math.
Powell said we're doing our work exactly as we always have.
And I could probably do that now, but I'm not going to. Speaking to my paid members. Not my paid members, ADT's paid members.
Don't do it.
I'm not. I'm done.
Good. That's a layup tomorrow if you wanted to. For you.
Good job, James L.
Powell
over there
said the
on
data we
YouTube,
get from the Bureau of Labor
walking in that
Statistics
green and
is still
walking
good enough
away.
to do our work.
Attaboy. That's how we do it.
Hey, Mark,
Yes.
you've taught me so well. I know I'm not supposed to trade at work.
Yes.
I just made $100 and I'm done.
At work.
Yes. I couldn't resist. Sorry.
Did you hear the disappointment?
Holy shit! I got a black eye, bro.
That's all right.
Damn,
Did you hear
that
the
hurt.
Powell said
disappointment?
we want higher response rate, and the way to do that is the agencies have enough resources to
See if I
collect the
tell
data.
you anything anymore.
Good job, James L. over on YouTube for locking in that profit and walking away. Hey, MYT, how are you? You missed all the excitement, buddy. Showed up about an hour late. Anyhow. All right.
Mark, I hate to see how you treat your enemies.
I don't have any enemies anymore. They
Yeah,
all,
Jeff Feely's
they
had
all
enemies.
vanished
now.
for some. I don't know where they are. They're just not around anymore. I don't know what happened to them.
I think you
That's my
just
story, and I'm
created
sticking
one
with
right
Powell
now,
said, "Do you
like
see where
3
we are
seconds
now
ago.
and take appropriate action," and we took
Punching
it
the
today.
hell out of me.
Well, you're not my enemy. I'm doing that out of love. All right, what was I going to do just now? Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to do. Got to let the big boss know.
Apparently, the news is baked in.
Powell said, "Don't know that a quarter-point cut will make a huge difference. Have to look at the whole path of rates and expectations."
Like we figured. Is
What?
anybody there?
Yeah, where were you
I said
at?
apparently the news is baked in.
Did you just get here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was some news.
Well, the last time I was here, the gold was making a new high, but then
Oh.
it just went down, and
That's old news, Ralph. That's old news.
yeah.
Powell, when see more vulnerable people
Well.
having trouble getting jobs, shows labor market is weakening.
Look at the Zoom chat, Ralph. Look at all the members' profits in there. Scroll way up.
I've been sitting over here sniping the hell out of gold.
Yeah, I wish I was too, but I'm not. I'm okay. Right?
Okay.
Keep what you got. I did get out probably way too soon, though, but that's okay. It is what it is.
That's what's up. Everybody did good. Mark, you know what I'm saying? That's typical. You should have did a little better, Mark. Mark,
I
you're
could
supposed
have,
to do
Ralph.
better
Sorry to
than
let you down, buddy. I just
just
got
playing.
out a little bit too soon. If I'd have waited.
I'm just playing. That's really
I know
good.
you are. If I'd have just waited a little longer, right?
You know?
That's okay.
Listen, whenever they go get through with this, they got 2 more days left in the week.
Yep.
I could see NSU just shooting back up to make a new high.
Could. Not,
You
whatever,
know what I'm saying?
So we don't form
So-
biases. That's just a personal opinion, right? We just deal with what we got.
You know, I'm just saying the uptrend ain't over.
By the way, the Dow did hit a new record high during this period, right?
It did.
I believe so, didn't it? Let me check. I got these charts over here versus I haven't updated them. 637. Yes, it did.
It looked like NQ is headed back up already.
Yep.
Yeah. And then if you scroll back on the chart, it went straight down to you see where they had the contract swap and then it gapped up. It just went right down to that exact point. You can draw a line right there to it. And where that level is at, that's where it hit and reversing going back up. Like a correction.
It hits a new record high of all time, the Dow Jones Industrial Average at 206, right during that announcement. What about ES? Did it? Any other records set there today? Let me see here.
Oh yeah, the euro and
66639.
Australian dollar. I saw that before I left. They hit new all-time highs. Well, new 52-week highs. But they said that they was falling whenever I left, so they probably just gonna come down and then bounce and just
Yep. Now we're back into. I'm going to shut that off. I mean, they're probably done anyway, as far as that goes, even though they didn't announce it as such. Any questions to be asked now is going to be asked by junior journalists anyway. So anyway, that's how that works. You could have watched that live on a live government broadcast, which some of our members said was actually buffering so bad because there's too many people using it. So now we're back into hopefully more stabilized. And as expected, I told you probably around 250-ish or so that things will slow down a little bit. And as you can see, nice stair step up on the S&P 500. That started around 254. I was off by 4 minutes. So that bounced up. Nice stair step. Just the perfect trade you'd love to see to the upside, right? Could have been in that one too. Look at the NASDAQ. Same thing. Same time. 254. I told you probably 250, but there it is. Stair step on the shoulder of the previous candle. That makes for a perfect trade. Just exactly what you would love to see. So, the Russell, same thing, same time, same bat channel, right? Ding. And YM again, also the same thing, the Dow. There you go. Gold, because of the interest rate decision, it's been going down ever since after the initial shoot up before the meeting, right when the meeting started, right? Because everything wasn't interpreted yet. Then once they interpreted what the thing said, then the sell-off began, right? So there you go. Doesn't mean it won't go right back up, but that's indicative of the markets, right? It's kind of tied to all that. Markets are going back up, that's going down, whatever. So very, very good, and we still have members making money. How many of our paid members paper traded that to get the experience? If you did, put in there how you did. Good, bad, make money, lose money in your paper trade. Type it into the Zoom chat there if you would on our live Zoom call. Questions. What do we got over here in the lives? Who's got questions? You got questions, we got answers. If I don't know the answer, I'll just make one up on the spot. No, I won't. Okay.
Congrats, everyone.
Yeah.
Don't go rogue. It's power hour.
Don't go rogue. It's his power hour indeed.
Case more. What did you do? That's what I want to know.
We'll talk about it tomorrow because I just got punched in the eye really bad. I got a freaking ice pack on my eye.
That's not good. If Mark had to punch you, that's not good. Oh, he beating you up again. Oh
Jeez,
my God.
kids. Some people, man.
Hey, Mark, what did you do? You made the baby cry? Oh my God.
Because he knows how much I love kids. I mean, you know what, Ralph? I was reminiscing about my first FOMC. I don't know if you remember when you and Ralph or you and Mark were cheering me on. Remember that? I don't know if you recall that when I first started here.
I don't know. I mean,
And I hit the button and I shouldn't have because FOMC hit, but I was in the right direction. It was going down.
oh, you was in a
I've-
good trade. Okay.
Yeah. And I had 4x my account, and you guys had a lot of faith in me. And you still do.
So
Because I got great coaches here.
so what happened today? Did you?
I made a little bit of money, but I traded at work. So he's got probably.
Oh, that's not good. Trading
I know
at
it's
work
not good, but
during
you know
the
what?
FOMC meeting.
I couldn't resist.
That could forex you in the opposite direction. Negative forex.
No. I was on the. I waited till after the call today, after the meeting. I waited until after.
Is trading at work is dangerous, and then trading at work during the news event. That is.
I just saw that candle and I couldn't resist.
Kind of out there. You know? It's kind of out there. Yeah.
All right. On that note, I need to go get another ice pack. You guys have a good day.
Hey, Kay.
Good job.
Congrats, everyone.
Hey, Kay. Kay.
Yes, sir. I love you, Mark.
Bye-bye.
You're lucky I can't find one of your pigs to slaughter.
Did you say pigs?
Yes. All right, I got to get on a call. They're screaming.
Oh, wait, here.
I'll
I'd like
see
to run you over,
guys.
too. Have a great day. Good job, by the way. Good job. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Comments, questions. Did you like listening to the FOMC meeting? Let me know in the chat. If you didn't, I won't ever do it again. How's that? Let me know one way or the other. If you liked it, I will continue to do it. I'm planning on continuing to do it, but, you know, if it doesn't really interest you, if it bores you, it is the single most volatile planned day each time, each quarter there when they do that, right? So, I mean, there are more volatile, potentially volatile days than that. But this is a planned event. It's a news event.
Yeah, that's the most. I think that's the most. It's the high rated. In my eyes, it's the biggest one.
Mm-hmm. Wow, look at the NQ still climbing. Jeez. And I quit trading. Why? Oh, I got a live to do here. That's why. All right.
It's probably done almost went back to from green to red, haven't it?
I might just do the opposite next time. Don't have a live on FOMC days. That way we can all trade together, right?
Still enjoying scalping 5 contracts of gold over here.
Yeah, that's all right. I said I was going to stop. Yeah, I agree with you, Derek. That's my job, though, you know, to do this. So I agreed to do it. I volunteered to do this, and I love doing it. And, you know, it is what it is. So,
Do it for the people.
do it for the peeps. Did
Hey,
the peeps appreciate it? Did the peeps even do anything with it? There's still 11 of you left. How many? How many over on this side? 25 over there. What's up with that? How come we have more YouTubes than we do TikToks? What's up with that? Something ain't right.
Because we tell everybody to go to YouTube, so
Yeah, but
they
they
listen.
don't. Everybody on TikTok, go to YouTube right now. See, they won't do it. Oh, he came here. Thanks, Captain. Now it's 13. He went over there. That's what I love about that guy, man. He helps you out. He's all right. You're all right, Captain. So, what questions do you have? Any? Not, I'll shut her down. I don't care. No matter to me. You can shut the whole show down. We can go on. We've been here over an hour and We've been here an hour and a half almost already anyway. We started 15 minutes early, did we not? Something like that, 10, 15 minutes.
I think we did, yeah.
So, good. Let me see here.
Nice job, Pine. Jesus, look at you guys go. Great work, everyone.
Good job.
Oh yeah. It's a fun
Hold it filled.
Talking about, man, if you just zoom out on the cues and go to a 1 hour chart, NQ look like it's set up to go make a new high. I'm talking about it got the spring pattern and everything. It might get that. It might get it tonight. It might get it tonight.
Get what?
The new high
On
that
what?
I was talking about is going to go back on the NQ.
Yes, for those who do
Indices,
trade
US
futures,
indices.
tonight might be a very valuable time to trade, even though you have to have a higher margin requirement with most brokers, not all brokers. If you can afford to do it. I won't be, but
the point that I'm making is trying to make is okay, even though there was a violent move down, it still didn't print a low. It didn't even print a low on the 1 hour chart. Like if you go to the daily chart, that's just like a blip. It didn't even fill the gap from the contract swap. Well, it did fill the gap. That's all it did. Like it didn't go lower than it. You just drag a line across. You got a candlestick that wicked it, but it didn't close below it. And as soon as it got below that, it just started an aggressive move to the upside.
Still scalping gold. Let's go.
What gold look like? Gold is a retest on the breakout, but it might come down from that. Gold due for a correction.
look at my little note in the Zoom chat there, but don't nobody read that out loud. What time is that there? There's another 200 ticks that thing went up. Gee, Merry Christmas. For those of you playing at home, measure the ticks on ES from, don't, just do it quietly, from about 1055-ish or 1056-ish up to the peak there. Do the math on what one contract is on that and then multiply by what you know I typically trade, how many contracts, how much I didn't get there.
Well, you did a swing
mind
trade.
blowing.
Huh?
Huh?
You stayed in the trade that long for hours? You did a swing trade? An intraday?
No, Ralph. I traded the FOMC news like everybody else. But I didn't trade. I didn't trade once I was done. I was done. I didn't trade anymore. I took my profits, got out, and I'm happy with it. So there was another 200 tick climb at about 5 till 3 to 10 after or whatever, 5 after.
Ralph, if you saw his P&L from this morning, then he'd add 66% more to that.
Yeah.
No, I saw the P&L. I thought he was saying that he got in
No.
the trade at
Well, this is where I quit.
10.50.
I didn't get into that. I quit trading, but just do the math. You guys measured that what's 200 ticks times the value on ES times, without saying it out loud, how many contracts I normally trade. That's how much I didn't trade there. I gave up.
Oh, right. Yeah, we know how much it is.
Keeps going up and up. Need $38 more so I can make the magic 5.
Anyway, yeah. Yes, we are still live here. Sorry. We're just kind of having our own little thing going on over here.
Wait, we still on the live? I thought we ended the call.
You're a hoot, buddy.
Yeah.
I guess I don't need to worry about the magic 5 anymore.
What happened? You got it? You get it, Matt Tech?
Look in chat.
I'm gonna just state you got it. My hands full right now.
We surpassed it.
That's good. Good job.
All right. Good job there, Matt. Good job. Soar like an eagle. You know what?
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
Needed $38 more and it gave me $1,300. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, ain't bad turn.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. By the way, there is a crypto Zoom tonight. It is Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. tonight. If those of you want to join by grabbing one of those 7-day trial memberships, you can do a free, absolutely free trial membership for 7 days by visiting American Dream Trading's website and scrolling down, grab that free Discord, get in there and get them memberships for free. If you decide to become a paid member after the end of the 7 days, you do nothing and you automatically be billed. If you do not wish to become a paid member afterwards, all you have to do is cancel anytime before the 7 days is up. Pretty good deal. You get all the full advantages of each one of those memberships. You know, tonight is a live Zoom call, crypto training and trading call at 7:15 p.m. tonight. So today would be the perfect day to join that crypto, grab that crypto membership, see what they're all about over there. Also, we have the premium membership, 7 days free, same deal. That focuses primarily on stocks and stock options, but it covers the whole gamut of everything. That starts, it's the same way, and that training starts at 8:45 every morning on a live Zoom call through 4 p.m. And then we have the futures, which you're watching right now. The 7-day membership, that is the same deal, absolutely free. But if you want to become a paid member, do nothing, and you'll automatically be billed. If not, cancel any time before that 7 days is up. We start training and trading at 8:30 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday. Grab it now. I don't know what you're waiting on. You just heard and saw what we were doing here today. And that, again, is just a tip of the iceberg of what we do here at American Dream Trading. Get her now. So, good. Captain Callout says Coach's 3.0 indicators helped him keep himself in check, right? And that's great. It's a great tool to help in your trading experience. I would say that it almost helps you make money every time, but I'm not legally allowed to imply that anything that we do here is guaranteed to make you money, because it's not, because you're all in control of your mouse. We don't control when you click in or get out, and we don't tell you that. We're an education training company here. We educate you to make the best possible decisions on when to enter a trade, if it is even a good trade, when to enter, when to exit. Again, we don't tell you when to enter and exit, but we provide the training so you'll be able to evaluate each and every trade to make the best possible logical and intellectual decision on entering trades. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. You would be knocking over each other to get in here. So it does take time to learn how to do it. The question is, do you want to invest in the most important person on the planet? And that would be you. Are you ready to change your life, or do you want to keep working for the man? Right? I'm sure he did, Drew. Question there. I'm sure he did very well. So we will hear about it later, I guess, or check the Discord.
Crypto zone should be good, especially with coming out the hills of FOMC. The crypto should be moving a lot tonight. So if that's one that y'all want to go to, that'll be the one,
Yep. There you go. Beautiful day. So, you can all join us tomorrow. Also, we are here. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I sure wouldn't miss that one tomorrow if I were you. If you haven't watched the 9 and 11 a.m. show, I would implore you to do so tomorrow. It'll be even more interesting. Not that they aren't all anyway. Every day is a plethora, a cornucopia of knowledge each and every single day. How do you like them fancy words I tried to throw in there about tripped over my tongue saying? He's live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I am live from 2 to 4, and the aftermarket show starts at 4 p.m. tonight, immediately following this broadcast. Upon completion of this broadcast and any other of our live broadcasts, they are automatically auto-posted over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, for you to watch and look over at any time. If you've missed the beginning here at, I know MYT kind of showed up a little late, I would suggest that you go over and rewatch this program later tonight, and so you can see what happened at 2 o'clock with the FOMC meeting. So I would, it's going to be should be a pretty interesting rest of the week financially, actually. Usually is. It carries over some of the euphoria, right? Doesn't mean the market's going to go up, or doesn't mean the market's going to go down. Yes, it will. It will go up, and it will go down, and it will go sideways. That much is the 100% guarantee that it will do that. That's the only thing I can guarantee you. Market will go up, the market will go down, and the market will go sideways at any given point of the day or week or month or quarter. So, how do you like them apples? All right. Let's see here. YM has gone flat, And look where YM is at. It's pretty much back right where we all started this mess, is it not? Right there. Well, matter of fact, let's take a look at the overall where the market finished for the day. ES is slightly green at 0.09. NQ, the NASDAQ is pretty much at break even, 0. The Russell's actually up 1.5%, the biggest gain as expected. Now it's about break even here, but the Dow is up about 0.62. So pretty much right back to where it was. How long did that take? An hour? All the way up, all the way down, now right back. All within an hour and a half. Okay?
Faster than that, though.
Right? There we go. What about the S&P? Well, right here was the news spike, right? Here's where it was before it went up. Well, guess what? It's actually a little higher than what it was when that happened. Here's the 2 o'clock on the NASDAQ, right? Back here. Back this up a little bit. There's the spike when the news came out. Went up, all the way back down, and guess what? It's pretty much back where it was at. So it's like today never happened, except for one simple fact. I know it happened because we made money when the market went up. We made money when the market went down. We made money when it went back up, and we made money when it went back down, and our members are making money as it goes back up again. Zoom, 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 zoom. You know, you got to get on that train sometimes. You just got to be able to do it, right? So, if you don't get on it, you'll miss it if you're not there in time. Right? So, questions? All right. What else we got going on there? All right. Good. There's Matt. You're up. Okay. Hopefully, Matt, without saying it, hopefully you capitalized on it, as I'm sure you probably did. So, good job there if you was. All right. So, we're right back to about where we want to, other than gold. Gold is pulled as expected because it does react to interest rate news, right? If interest rates are high, gold will generally go up. If the interest rates are going to be lower, gold will generally go down. Just the normal thing. People flee to gold for safety, right? Well, if the interest rates are going lower, the markets will tend to go up, so they don't really need gold, right? They're not really afraid. So now, we're far from being out of the woods economically in the country, right? So they still got a lot of work to do, as you heard, right? There's less jobs, inflation's still a concern. So we're far from being in a Walt Disney World as far as our general economy goes. So, and that's where you see the volatility, right? But we still have the world's greatest economy. I don't care what anybody says, right? Are we perfect as a nation? Absolutely not. We got issues, right? But, you know, we still are the greatest in the world, the greatest economic system, the greatest political system. Yes, that sounds like imperialism, and it probably is, but I firmly believe that. If there was something better, I would probably go there. There is nothing better than the American system of doing things. So, glad you all could be here today. We're going to call it a day. We did start a little early today. I'm glad you all could be here. For those of you that showed up for that, hopefully you learned something. You got to experience it. Hopefully for those of you that were also in it, you made some money along the way, whether it was using a real cash account or a margin account or paper trading, that you learned how to do that also. Like I say, we are live here those 3 times daily. And upon conclusion of this broadcast, you can watch it again immediately. 4 p.m., we have the aftermarket show over on our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, get over there, grab them free 7-day trials, either for the premium one for stock options, the crypto one, which is having training tonight at 7:15. You can get that free crypto membership and join the live Zoom training tonight. Make sure you get the Discord, because you'll need the Discord also to be able to get that Zoom link as part of your membership. So there you go. One day alone will probably help you learn a lot about crypto, but even teach you how to make some money in the crypto markets. And you can open up your mic and ask questions live tonight. Bucko and Chris are top-notch trainers over there. Those two know their stuff and are excellent at explaining it in a manner others can understand. So here's your opportunity. Get your first live free Zoom training tonight at 7:15 just by going to our website, American Dream Trading, grabbing that free Discord because you need it, because that's where we post the Zoom links at, and also grabbing the membership, which you will see there also on the website as you scroll down. So I thank you all for being here tonight. We are here Monday through Friday live, and I'm glad you could join us. So we will see you the next broadcast. Try to be the positive influence in other people's lives that you come in contact with. Don't drag them down. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Lift people up. Don't tear them down. We got too many people in the world want to tear each other down. That's why you'll never hear us badmouth anybody else that does what we do on the internet. Now, there is nobody that compares to what we do, but you know what I mean. So I will see you same time, same bat channel tomorrow.